2, 1. What up, what up, what up? And welcome. I go by the name of Jam T, and I am hosted by my best friend and co-host. Why don't you state your name, sir?
Yo, everybody, this is Derek, also known as Notch or Nacho. It's a pleasure to be here, T. It's been a while.
Oh, man, it has been a while. What, September since we had our last episode? And you know what? I apologize on our behalf for it being such a gap. We had to go to the drawing board, tweak some things, and change up just to make some more engaging content for you guys just to understand and just to be a part of the Random Cool Show. So, Notch, why don't you give our listeners a little thing of what this podcast is about.
Yeah, no worries. So I just want to go over some stuff with you guys. Like you said, we do apologize about being a little late. September to December is not that bad. Bench kind of coached us, told us to get our shit together, but we're back.
We are back.
We're
yes,
back.
We are.
Just going over some stuff. What we're going to go over. Just some. We want to hear more from you guys. We want to hear what's going on with you guys. We're going to be throwing out some questions, like questions of the week you might see on social media. A lot of it's going to be coming from TJ's side, but I just recently joined social media again, so you'll be seeing it on my side. We'll be doing some questions of the week, top 5 quizzes. We'll kind of break down some. How would you explain it, T? The top 5 quizzes.
So the top 5 quizzes is just mostly. I'm gonna actually be the MC of the quizzes, and basically I'm gonna ask. Let's give a suggestion. Top 5 clothing brands.
Yeah.
And you can say it out loud, and then I'm going to quiz Nacho, and then we're going to go to see on where you think that the top 5 clothing brands are, or, something relative to that question is going to be. So that way it's more engaging and it's just fun. And then it's also educational because it's something that we don't know. It is something that we found out.
Yeah, definitely. And just getting back to the breakdown. So again, we've got like questions of the week, top 5 quiz. You'll see that on social media. You'll see at the beginning of the podcast, those questions. We're going to do some topic of interest, stuff that we came across that interest us, that we want to bring out to you guys in the world, and then hear your voice. So we want to hear a lot of feedback. We want to make sure that everybody is heard. So if you do give us some feedback, we'll be definitely shouting you out, saying some names and stuff like that. And then we're also going to end it with some TV, music, and movie recommendations, stuff that we liked or it's going on that we want you guys to hear about or listen or see. And then we're also just gonna bullshit, because really, all reality, this podcast is just TJ and I. If you ever hear us without the mic on, or if we're ever on Fortnite or we're just on the phone, it's just chaos. It's funny. It's amazing content. And we want to bring this out to the world. So.
Yep, that's right. Yep, as Notch said, we want our fans and we want all the listeners to just be engaged, because in this world, everything is in an engagement, like to be a part of something. And we want everybody to be a part of something. And, when it comes to the top 5 or even the questions, your answer could possibly be featured on the next episode. So that's another thing too. And we can actually just go in more detail on the answer that you answered of the question of the week. So that's how everything's going to work. So,
and it's all about creativity also. On that, the way TJ just broke that down to you guys, let's say that you're constantly reacting or giving your feedback into it. We want to see that creativity out of you guys. So we might actually bring you on as a special guest so you could be a part of this journey that we're on. So we're excited for it. Definitely excited for everything.
Yeah, we're definitely excited. And just like Notch said, like we can even bring you on if you have a dilemma that you're trying to work out and that you need, some context from us. I know we're not therapists, but you know what? Like, we've been on this earth for 37 years. We're not trying to show our age, but we've been on this earth for 37 years. And, we know how to talk to people.
Well, first off, big happy birthday shout out. Tomorrow's TJ's birthday. New Year's Eve. happy birthday. But I do got to
Happy
clarify. I do got to
birthday
clarify
to
because
me.
I'm at that age where I don't even know my age. Are we 37 or are we 38? 37.
We're 37.
37.
So we're 86 boys. We're millennials. We're the millennial Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World. So
Wayne's
we
World.
made party time. Excellent. We are in this realm, but we have young-minded, let's see, takes, but we're also wise at heart.
Definitely.
We're wise and we're teenagers at heart. I won't say kids, we're teenagers because that's where we lived our best lives. So we're gonna show our age, but then yet we're gonna bring it back to be relatable.
And that's just the way we were raised and stuff created this podcast. It created this friendship
Yes,
as well.
absolutely.
Just being able to go through and relive what we did in the 90s, early 2000s, 2010s, and now where we're just like, I hate everything. I just want to go back and drink from the hose. But
Then I researched and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, right. I don't even research now. I'm just like, I don't even know what we're putting in drink energy drinks. Might as well drink from the hose now. Who cares?
I would much rather drink from the hose than eat Skittles right now, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, for real. This is crazy times, but it's definitely going to show in the podcast, and we're super excited. So from September to now, hopefully you guys were still here and you're still ready to enjoy and sit back and relax and listen to some BS from us, because that's what we're here for. So enjoy.
Yep, straight up. And you know what? So let's pay the bills. So everyone, whatever podcast platform you are listening on, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Radio Public, Castbox, whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on, please subscribe and leave us a solid review. Tell us we suck. Tell us we're good. Tell us we're beautiful. We're handsome. Whatever you want to do, because with your requests and your subscriptions and your comments, it means the world to us because it allows us to make more content. And also head over to Instagram and follow your boys on the page, Random Cool Show, as well as Twitter, Random Cool Show as well. So that way you can submit questions. You could direct message us for the question of the week, dilemmas, anything that's on your mind that you want us to add to the show. And also head over to the Cool Attire shop to purchase all your cool attire needs and Random Cool merch. We actually have the Random Cool t-shirt on the page right now as we speak. And later down the line, for the exclusive listeners, you guys can get discounts and different kind of perks that the average listener will not get. And to also add to that, we plan to put video of the podcast as well. So you get a dynamic to see both of our handsome faces on screen and seeing our reactions in real time on YouTube. But for now, it's all audio. So you can ride in the car, on your AirPod, iPad, iPhone, Samsung, LG, computer, whatever you feel. So thank you again for joining us on this episode of the Random Cool Show.
Yeah, and just to go back over that with what TJ just said, TJ, I appreciate the hoodie that you created for Cool. I recently just got in the mail. Absolutely wonderful. So if you guys haven't checked out the merchandise, it is wonderful. It's the hoodie I got, super soft. It's super warm. I really don't wear hoodies because I'm always naturally hot, especially during winter. You'll see me just out in a t-shirt and shorts. I'm one of those weird people now. But the hoodie I snagged, it's absolutely wonderful. So great, absolutely authentic, unique creations that TJ and I have came up with. The last one that I purchased was really cool. It brought some 90s, 2000s cartoons, and we created some letters and put it in the cool merch. So check it out.
Yes, sir. Yep. Like Nacho said, get yourself some cool attire, wear it, be cool, and just do what you want to do. So what do you think, Nacho? You want to get into the question of the week?
Yeah, let's go ahead and swing that.
Okay. So those of you that have seen on Facebook and Instagram, the question of the week, and this question of the week is, what movie traumatized you as a kid? Now, Notch, what movie traumatized you as a kid or a teenager?
If he were my therapist, I'd probably say real life. Growing up in the middle, no. Let's get it. In all reality, it's kind of hard. And TJ and I were just talking about this because I was shown this movie probably when I was in high school. I'd probably say sophomore, junior, senior. I wish I would have saw it when I was like in middle school because it definitely would have changed my life. But Requiem for a Dream fucked me up. And I will never. I won't. I just won't touch it. I'll see it on TV. I just see the name and I'm like, yep. Me about to do some coke or some shrooms? No, I'm good. Not the shrooms, the coke, yes, definitely. But like, we'll get that in a later conversation on like herbs, later all that down. Stuff. But like, hard, addictive things out there. Requiem for a Dream. If you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend it, and you definitely be clean from then on out. So
it will definitely make you rethink on doing drugs and getting into very sketchy environments. I'll say that movie messed me up. It features Jared Leto, what's her name, Jennifer Connelly from The Labyrinth, and Marlon Wayans. And it's not a comedic Marlon Wayans. This is more of a serious Marlon Wayans, and that movie fucked me up too. Like I just
definitely a drama.
Ass to ass.
No laughing, no laughing in that movie. Definitely just what was the refer? You're a winner.
You're a winner. You're a winner.
That movie freaked me out. That was crazy because it was a drama in reality, but then let's break it down. And I'm just going to throw this out and then we'll go into what TJ thinks were his horrifying movies when he was growing up. But The Exorcist was my other one.
I have that on the list.
I won't touch it. I won't look at it. They just came out with An Exorcist 2. I saw the little girls and I was like, nope, looks too much like the original one. I went to bed holding my freaking cross. I just will not mess with the Exorcist movie.
I have that on the list too. And that movie was so freaky. Just the pinnacle when it happened in the 70s. Like, oh my Lord, like this is the scariest shit that's on in the movies right now. Like people were literally throwing up in the movies and crying in the movie theaters when they watched The Exorcist. Like, that was a scary movie. That was an introduction to horror for me. And to see The Exorcist and how it progressed, it's just like, that shit's crazy. And also the curses that happened with The Exorcist. Like, what's her name? Linda Blair. She got sick from the movie. A couple of the producers died. And even when they made The Exorcist Beginnings, which was in 2000 something, one of the directors actually got killed by a motor vehicle accident because of the curse of that movie, because they did a remake of the movie and they extended the movie. Like, there are curses within that movie, and that's why that movie is scary as hell. Like, I can't do it. Like, I can't do it. And the new one, I'm very tricky to watch it because I love horror movies. If you know me, Notch knows me, I watch horror movies on the daily, like as if it was Halloween, but I'll watch it all year long. I don't care because I don't get scared that easily.
Yeah, but when horror movies, it's all great in horror movies. I love horror movies.
Cinematic theory.
That one, I just don't. I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole.
No.
I see I said, the new one came out, and I saw it pop up on my Hulu, and it was like exclusive or wherever it was at, and I was like, nope, I'm putting SpongeBob on. I'm not having dreams. It's 8 a.m. Nice. I just saw that. I'm not gonna have dreams tonight about some crazy stuff. I don't need that in my life. Like, get that away.
So as I was reading the comments on Instagram of the movies that traumatized you, one person put The Poltergeist, the first one.
The
original, the first Poltergeist.
The original was, and it all depends. Like, that's a movie that I like to watch now. It was very creepy.
Did you know they use real cadavers in that movie? They bought them from a college, and they used the skulls and the bones, the bodies in the real movie where the mom was in the sinking water.
Was that in Poltergeist? I thought that was Evil Dead, but no, I've heard that. Yeah. So, and they didn't tell the actress or whoever was I remember. Yeah, they didn't tell her about it until after, so it was more of a realistic. Oh crap! Like, this is real. So we get a real raw emotion.
Real
which is very
emotion.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really liked the remake of Poltergeist.
That
the
was
most
good.
recent one.
That was
I thought
good.
it was pretty good. So
Yeah, that
definitely
was good.
definitely one. I think I saw that when I was a little bit more of an adult, so it didn't screw me up as much. Like TJ was saying, he watches horror movies. I love horror movies as well. So when I see stuff like that, I'm more intrigued and like about it. But I could see if you watch that one when you're a kid or even going into your teens, that could screw you up as well.
It definitely screw your head up. Not you remember in high school when we used to watch Faces of Death?
Ugh, gosh.
Fuck.
Before Twitter
Bro.
existed,
Bro.
you found down the rabbit hole of
Bro.
uh,
Oh fuck.
Faces of Death and what was it, Steak and Cheese or whatever that.
Fuck it. Or Ogrish. Remember Ogrish?
Yep.
Oh,
thank you,
fuck
Trevor
me.
Moffat, if you're listening to us. I remember the first time I ever saw that was at your house. The first time I ever met you was at your house, and you were the only one with probably internet at the time.
He was the only one with the internet.
Yep.
Watching all that crazy shit and fuck that was up there with Requiem or Dream. Ogrish, Faces of Death, and Steak and Cheese was disgusting content before the internet came. Like before the internet was at its pinnacle. Those were the worst things to watch.
I'm pretty sure if you look it up right now, which we're telling you not to look it up on the internet, the FBI will trace you down.
It's like looking at anything that's on the dark web. Don't do it.
Or just go to Twitter if you want to see that stuff.
Yeah. Go to type it in Twitter. Definitely people have shit on Twitter. You can find that shit. Twitter's porn anyway right now.
I'll be on Twitter and then I'll just be looking at this cute little dog, and then the next one is some crazy person getting murdered. And like, they just allow this on here nowadays? Like,
Elon, I thought you were making this better.
This is what TJ and I were just talking about before we got on this podcast, how nothing phases us these days, that they should just open up with everything. Like when they said that aliens exist and the government was like, oh my gosh, we're going to riot. And us as humans, we've just seen it all and heard it all. And we've been through it all, that we're like, do they have 8G internet? Like,
right.
Can I get a ride on their spaceship? Like,
can we leave like on the episode of Twilight Zone where it was like to serve man? Can we go on the spaceship to their country or to their planet? Like, do we have evidence of them? Like 100%? Like they expected us to like go batshit crazy like Mars Attacks.
No, yeah, exactly.
And that was
they were like, here's aliens, and we're like, excuse me, government, I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Do you think you could fix us? And if not, fuck these guys. Can I go with you guys? Because you guys don't have rearview mirrors. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Think about that. Spaceships don't have rearview mirrors. So
speaking of aliens, so with the question of what movie traumatized you as a kid, one person said E.T.
Really?
And yes, they said E.T. And the reason why is they said, my dad videotaped me the first time I watched E.T. I was 4, so completely enthralled and cried like a bitch at the end. I was heartbroken and said, that doggy was leaving his best friend behind.
So they took the traumatized to a different level, not real scared, but more just this is what's going to happen in life.
Right.
Like,
but then it gets worse.
Okay.
But from around 7 years old, I started getting freaked out by concept of aliens, particularly E.T. Okay. I had nightmares that he was in my house at night and left a slime trail wherever he went. It got so bad, I would see his fucking face under my covers at night, as clear as if he was there. I started out to love him, and I began to fear him like I feared everything else.
Oh man, the trauma. Definitely afraid of heights, afraid of the dark at that point. Just put me in a padded room. And, what's crazy about that, and it's one thing, I don't know if you do the same thing, but I see faces or like pictures and things. I forgot what it's called. I'm a part of this page on Facebook.
It's like a therapy thing that you could see images within.
I could see images in walls and stuff. Like I take pictures of it because I was like, oh, that'd be cool to create a page, because I'm pretty sure there's other people out there. And then I looked it up and I was like, fuck, they already have pages, so apparently I'm not that unique. But I could see that as a kid. Like if you saw E.T. looks weird.
Oh yeah.
He looks like a wrinkly old. He looks like the little worm off of SpongeBob, the chocolate. Like, you have chocolates.
You're
But
selling chocolates.
aliens. When I was younger, I used to read a lot of books on aliens because I loved the concept or the thought of space and aliens and other worlds and everything like that.
Right.
But there was a movie out of all talking about aliens, and I didn't even think about this. The Arrival. I don't know if have you ever seen that movie?
With fucking Charlie Sheen.
That movie fucked me up as a kid for a few years. I had seen it. I probably wasn't allowed to see it. I shouldn't have seen it as a kid. But for the longest time, until I had a conversation with my parents, I thought people were aliens walking among us.
Bro.
Now, if it is true, which they probably are, because I've seen some weird people on the internet, and you're just like, you're definitely an alien. I would be okay with it now, but when I was a kid, that screwed me up. The way their legs bent backwards.
Bro.
That
scene was nuts.
up.
Bro, that scene was fucking nuts. When I saw that, I was like, why is his knees bending that back? Like, what's going on? Like, and this is before Men in Black.
Yeah. And it's cool that, like, now if I saw that and knees bent back, I'd be like, bro, like, why aren't you in the Olympics? Like, you should be playing basketball. But when you're a kid and you see that, you're just like, oh my God. I had to have a conversation with my parents where they were like, it's just a movie.
Oh. But bro, to separate that cinematic view from reality was like, dude, why are his legs bent like that? Like, what the fuck is up? Like, is there shit like this out here in the world? Like, why? Like, what's going on here? Like, movies, when you're watching it as a kid, it definitely makes you skew a lot of things of the world.
It's all imagination. We lose that. I don't think a lot of us lose it, but a lot of adults lose imagination. So,
right.
Yeah, when you have that when you're a kid and you see those little things that, like, people have problems with the original Willy Wonka, the whole boat scene that screwed up a lot of people.
That's on the list, Nacho.
Oh, geez.
I'm so glad you said that shit because that's on the list.
But that's just the imagination.
Right. The boat scene fucked a lot of people up, which is scary. Like, that boat scene is kind of crazy. It's like, we don't know where we're going. Like.
I must have been a screwed up child because I loved it. I was like, this is amazing. Sick. I'm like, get me on that boat. Let's do it. Like, I'm all for screw the candy. I hate candy. Get me on that boat. I'm trying to see what that's all about.
That boat is kind of crazy. But then you see the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp, and it's more so comedic, where they're like, oh, shaken milk or shaken cream, where they have cows out there. Like, it wasn't as scary as the one with Gene Wilder. Like, it wasn't as scary as that one. That one was kind of crazy. A lot of people were like, the boat scene fucked me up. I was like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, definitely. It's all age. Again, imagination. Imagination can definitely take in some wild places.
Right? What about the flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz? Like, that was...
Yeah.
A lot of people said that one too. Like, those flying monkeys are kind of scary.
Yeah, it's I don't think I saw The Wizard of Oz. Probably wasn't my cup of tea growing up. I mean, it's a great movie. I love the backstory. Julie Garland, I'm pretty sure. I love her backstory and all that stuff. And I read a lot of stuff about history and movie and cinematics and stuff like that. But I could see the flying monkeys. It was something different, especially if you're a kid or if you have phobias against anything flying. Like my mom, she hated bats, so she did not like that scene. I remember her telling me that. So I could see that definitely screwing up some people, or the witch, or what was the wizard with the face?
The face.
Yeah, the face could probably screw up.
Who goes there to walk into my kingdom?
I think me, when I saw Wizard of Oz, I was more like, ooh, tornadoes. Like, I'm one of those people that want to chase tornadoes. I've done it before. So I was like, this is pretty cool. Like,
who are you, Bill Pattinson, who wants to fucking
Twister?
chase fucking
Great
Twister?
Freaking movie.
Love that movie.
Love that movie.
That movie was... I heard they were going to make a remake, but...
I'm all for it. Like, as long as they don't touch, like... The original will always be original. It's not like you can make a prequel, like the tornado comes back and they're like, you put balls in me, like all the other people in the world. Like,
right.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm excited. New technology. We'll see what they do with it. But Twister was really cool. Wizard of Oz, the monkeys, I could definitely see it. Do we have any more
Yeah.
that anybody?
Oh, we got a couple more. So Coraline.
Coraline, that is a
I
great
love.
movie.
You know what's crazy? Me and Erica, my wife, love Coraline. The kids love Coraline. That's such a good movie because it's also made by Tim Burton. But it's such a good movie. But I heard the book is more fucked up than the movie. It's more graphic and demonic in the book
I'll have
than the
to.
movie
I
was.
didn't even know it was a book, so I'm gonna have to check
It
out
was a
the
book
book.
first.
But definitely, what TJ hit on the nail is it's a Tim Burton movie, and I grew up with Tim Burton, and I love Tim
Mm-hmm.
Burton from Edward Scissorhand to my favorite, which I'm
Classic.
looking at the original book, and I have the VHS tape hidden because hopefully it's worth money later on. Nightmare Before Christmas was the greatest thing in the world.
Classic.
Greatest thing before everybody became all hipster about it. But
Mm-hmm.
Coraline was, I love that movie. I thought it was
Coraline was
even the
so
I
good.
could see if you're a kid again, the sewing of the buttons on the eyes, maybe the
Mm-hmm.
dad having the spider legs, the two trapeze sisters a little bit. Are they
The
naked?
big old tits.
Yeah, they're just flying around and stuff. I'd be more afraid of, like, you meet a woman like that in real life, they might knock you out, than be afraid of it. Like, who knows? Imagination again. I don't.
It,
Yeah, that's a unique one, definitely. Just
that's
because I
such
love
a good one.
Coraline, I don't see. And when I see Tim Burton, I always think of happiness and more than like the gore, the horror and stuff like that. So I've never really
Unless you
looked at
watch
it as
Sweeney
like,
Todd.
even
Unless you watch
Sweeney
Sweeney
Todd. I
Todd.
love musicals, so I was just like, blood, who cares? Like, it's a musical. It's razzle dazzle. They tricked me with the music.
Joanna, I feel you. And then you got the meat pies where they're fucking beheading people in the
Yeah,
meat pie market. I was like, oh my, such a good musical though. That
they
musical is top tier.
it's definitely, and I'm big on musicals like Hamilton and
Oh,
Chicago and all those musicals. I think I was more into the music and the story and how it's on Broadway than the back history and stuff
right,
like
right.
that. Like, I was just like, oh yeah, he did kill people, but he's cool. Like, I love his hairstyle.
He's dope. He has the white stripe.
If I'm
Like,
if
he
I'm
doesn't
the
give a
judge and I'm
fuck.
prosecuting him, he's not guilty.
He's-
That dude's hairstyle is amazing. It's Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp could do no wrong.
he could do no wrong. He
Come
could do
on,
no
Disney,
wrong.
you screwed up with
I could
that
care
one.
less. Yeah, we need another Pirates. We need
Screwed
another
up with
Pirates
it.
movie. You know, talk to the boys over here at Random Cool Show. Like, we need another Pirates movie.
Definitely. All right. If somebody
Let's
said
see.
pirates, I'd freak out. I'd be like, all
No,
right,
no, no.
dude, you
That's
got
not on the
yeah.
list. It, the original It.
Oh, so
That movie fucked me
I
up.
know. For the longest time, I thought you had a clown phobia growing up.
Oh, I do. I
Yeah.
still do.
Yeah. So when the new one came out, first, Tim Curry, the original, Tim Curry, right? Yeah.
Yep, it's Tim Curry.
The original clown. First off, Tim Curry, an amazing actor. So
Oh,
I absolutely
man.
adored him.
Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
I love you. Get down on your knees and say,
Tell me you love me.
no. It was a little bit different. I didn't have a fear of clowns,
Oh,
but I'll let you speak on that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, okay. So before I saw it, me and my mom, we went to the local circus here in town. And I was chilling, eating my cotton candy, having a good ass time. And I was 4 at the time. And I'm sitting there chilling. And all of a sudden, through the curtains, a clown pops out and he goes, does this stupid ass fucking laugh, scares the hell out of me. And that's when my fear of clowns started. And then I saw it, fucked me up.
Yeah, that one's
All the way.
probably top 10 for a lot of people. I know that if you grew up in the 70s and the 80s, I don't even know when it originally came out. It has to be like late 80s, right? Because it was around Clue.
Yes,
So the
it
original
was.
It, Tim Curry, I'd say about that. Yeah, I could see kids or teenagers going to that and being feared of like the sewers and stuff like that. I absolutely love the original and the new ones. The new ones are amazing.
The new one's actually coming out too. The Story of Derry.
Oh, of Derry? That's crazy.
Yeah, 1990 actually.
Huh. 1990.
1990.
Okay. So yeah, definitely. So all those 80s kids, well, we were 80s. We were born in the 80s. So we were like
yeah, we were born in the
6.
80s. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it when I was a kid, but I was, yeah. I'm kind of glad I didn't see it because I could see that fucking people up. Because yeah, growing up with TJ, I always thought he does have a phobia of clowns. So
Ugh,
when the new one came
fuck.
out, I don't even think I asked if you saw it. I was just like, "This is a great movie," but I never asked
You
you
know,
about it.
what's crazy? I actually did watch the new one, and they really didn't have that aspect of the clown in it. It was more so the tormenting of
Yeah,
him playing different people that they feared,
yeah,
that preyed on them, which was kind of crazy. And then once the clown came, I was like, dude, he's scary, but he's not like Tim Curry
yeah.
scary.
I mean, the guy that plays in the original, I don't know his name, but he did an
Tim
amazing
Curry.
job. No,
Mm-hmm.
not in the original, the new one.
Oh,
Sorry,
the new one.
the new one. He
What's
did an
his
amazing
name?
job. But thinking about it, I mean, even the new one, I still got chills when I first saw it. I remember the reaction when the whole mutation and changing when he did the whole painting, when
Oh,
the lady where she's kind of melting and she's skinny and chasing and stuff like that. I got
oh,
goosebumps. I got goosebumps. But being in love with horror, I love that feeling. So it was like,
right.
ooh, a little. It got me some
It's
chills. So definitely really cool to.
Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. Really
Yeah,
good
he's a
actor.
great actor. Great actor.
So we got
Yeah.
it. What else?
Uh, the Labyrinth, the David Bowie Labyrinth.
Classic.
It's such a classic. I was like,
Classic.
wait, what made you scared about
Any details why? Or
it?
just the labyrinth?
They just said the creepy rock people were scary.
So they didn't like the 80s.
They didn't like the 80s. They didn't
No
like the
flock of
feathered
seagulls for
hair.
everybody. No, nope, no flock of seagulls.
Right.
I ran
So
so far away from everybody. Like, come on.
yeah. Yeah, they said the Labyrinth. I was like, the Labyrinth is dope as hell. I was like, have you not watched Five of the Concords? Like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy.
That's a unique one. I would have to. I don't. Again, it's all depending on the age and imagination and
Yes, yes.
what triggered you for that movie to like really terrify you or to bring some horror in the bones. So
Right, right. But what about Pan's Labyrinth?
the oh, who created it?
Guillermo del Toro.
Del Toro. First off, Del Toro as a director
He's a
created
genius.
the Book of Life,
He's a genius.
and it is so good. I most recently just watched the Book of Life, and I really liked it. Pan's Labyrinth was really good. I
That
liked
was
it.
good. I could see why people
Yeah,
were traumatized by the scary dude with the eyes over
yeah,
his head. But to me, it's comical because I watch Please Don't Destroy, and the dude had the big ass hands, and he was like,
yeah.
"You look like you're from Pan's Labyrinth." Like, so
That's another
I get
unique
it.
one. That one I'm gonna have to put in the pile with the Labyrinth and
Yeah.
all and some of the other ones that it's probably just when you saw it and the age and how it
Mm-hmm.
affected your imagination. I love that movie. Great
That movie's
movie.
good. That movie's good.
Yeah. Any
Okay, the last one, Lovely Bones.
so, okay.
That fucked me up. And here's why. Here's context. So I was working at the overnight job. Remember, I used to work at the group
Yeah,
homes.
yeah, yeah.
So I watched that movie and I freaked out because I was like, "Where's my wife or my girlfriend? Who's my wife now, but girlfriend at the time?" I was like, "Where's she at? Where's she at?" I was calling her, blowing up her phone. I was like, "Oh fuck! Somebody kidnapped her. She's in a basement somewhere." I was freaking out. I kept calling and calling and calling. I left work to go and find her. I went home. She was back at the apartment sleeping. I was like, "Oh my god!" Freaked me out because of that stupid ass movie
Erica could sleep through the Armageddon and not know what's going on.
and not know
I
what's
hope
going
she
on.
heard that because I could hear her walking in the background, but that is definitely an Erica type thing. Um,
Freaked me out.
Again, it's another great movie, but it's different type of concept. If we're talking about like those type of movies, like
Right.
the what was it, the Black Phone recently?
Oh, that was
Similar to that, but
crazy.
great freaking movie. I'm surprised people didn't see like Chucky or
Chucky was actually on there.
Le-
Chucky was on the list.
Leprechaun.
Hmm.
Leprechaun was another
Oh,
one.
that wasn't on the list.
What was the one with Pinhead?
Hellraiser.
No, it was the little toys.
Toy Puppet Master.
Puppet Master.
Puppet.
That
You
was
know
another
what?
one that got me when I was a kid.
I liked Puppet Master, which is crazy.
It was, I don't know why that one screwed me up when I was a kid. Not so much. I love watching it now. I think it was just because it was toys, and I really liked Small
I get
Soldier.
that. Small Soldiers is so
Small
dope.
Soldiers were amazing, and then Puppet Master, I was like, yeah, this is going to be like Small Soldier, and it was
Fuck
nothing
no,
like
it's
that.
not.
And you're just like, damn, that screwed me up.
Think
Thanks.
again.
Now I don't want to play with my
again.
toys.
Y'all are crazy. I know what you guys do. I've seen Toy Story, and you guys are evil ones. I don't want to do this.
I don't want to play with you no more. You're broken.
I'm good. You're broken.
You're broken. So, speaking of movies, I just want to bring this out. I just learned. I was watching this like rewind the 90s type of thing and talking about scary movies. The number one movie in the 1990s to affect people was the Blair Witch Project. Two things based off of that movie. That movie brought in $250 million.
Yep.
And they only had a budget of $200,000.
Which is
three
crazy.
main actors were just random people. They gave them a camera and said, do your thing. There wasn't even a skit or a script to it. It was so bad, but that is the number one scary movie that people thought it was real. People that went to high school with the actors and actresses in that movie were calling their parents going, I didn't know they died. Like, this is crazy.
That's crazy that you said that, because for another episode, we're going to talk about fan theories.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And Blair Witch is one of them.
Yeah, it's amazing. I applaud the directors and the producers of that movie. They literally just gave. I don't even know where they spent $200,000. They went out, got a whole bunch of wheat and made it into little figures and put it up in trees. Gave them a camcorder, said go out in the woods for a couple days. Don't take baths or anything. You're not getting fed.
And act scared.
And that's your movie. At the end, the camera just drops and we see somebody in the corner. It was so freaky because we hadn't seen anything like that, but it was a generation of reality TV that it freaked people out. So.
They're the trailblazers of the paranormal activity aspect. Trailblazers. And then I think they made the Blair Witch Project #2, and I think it got too convoluted with so many characters that it took away from the story as to why it didn't do as well as it should have done. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Blair Witch fucked a lot of people up. That was in the 90s.
That was the 90s, and we could talk, and we need to jump into something else, but another movie that I know screwed up a lot of people, and I always hear this, because I am big with water sports. I love being in the water. I love being on the beach. You take me to the ocean, I don't care what's underneath me. I just love it. I'm in my bliss. I'm in my paradise, but Jaws screwed up a lot of people. That you hear people, they're just like, I don't go out past 6 feet. If my feet don't hit the sandbar, I don't go any further than that. And here I'm like bodyboarding, surfing, stand-up paddleboarding, kayaking, and all that stuff. And I never really thought about it. One time I was actually kayaking in the San Diego Gulf, and our instructor, he stopped us because he thought there was a pod of sharks near us. It turned out to be dolphins, and everybody's freaking out. And I'm like, where? Like, let me see this. This is cool. So, Jaws. I asked one of the other people that were on the trip, they were like, why were you freaking out? And they said Jaws, because of Jaws. So that's another one that screwed people up.
It messed up a lot of people, especially our parents. Jaws messed up a lot of parents. Like when Eric and I went to Delaware and I seen fins, I was freaking out a little bit, and come to find out they were all dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins. Yeah. They came right up to my kayak, and I was like, can I pet them? They're like, yeah, it's a dolphin. And I was like, cool.
Cool. I'm cool. Yeah,
they were like, there's jellyfish, don't touch it. And I got it in my hand. I'm like, don't touch it. Like, what?
I want to touch it. I want to touch it.
I'm trying to play with Gary. What are you talking? Or no, Gary's a snail. What's the jellyfish? I want to jam it up to the jellyfish.
Nematodes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
so that was good. I really like everybody's answers. There were some unique ones. Definitely some ones that screwed us up. I lost my place, T, so you're going to have to go into the next segment.
So the next segment is top 5. So everybody get out your pen and paper, get out your notepad, Notch, get your pen and paper, or you can definitely just say them out loud. And the top five quizzy of the week is top 5 people with the most Instagram followers. I'm going to give you guys a little bit.
Top 5 people with the most Instagram followers. So we're talking Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yep. I know Gomez was up there. Selena.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if she took number 1 or she is number 1. It has to be one of the.
Okay.
Has to be the Kardashians, which is absolutely sickening to my stomach.
Everybody, get your pen and pads. Think of who you think is top 5, and I'm gonna start with number 10 and go all the way.
It's not Mr. Beast because he's not on. I don't know. Maybe Mr. Beast because he's so popular, and I wish he'd be number 1 because that dude is just 23 years old and such an inspiration.
Spreading waves and doing goodness in the world.
Can I just say Mr. Beast across the board?
Mr. Beast is that dude. Okay.
Yeah. I really don't. I think it has to be Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, a Kardashian. I think Selena Gomez was number 1, and then to top it off, top 5. I don't know. Let's start off with top 10. Let's go to top 10.
Okay. Top 10. Justin Bieber with 269 million followers.
I could see that. I at one point I know he was in the top 5. Mm-hmm. He probably dropped a lot of followers. He's not as big.
Yep. Number 9, Khloe Kardashian with 283 million. There's one Kardashian.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I'm not even going to. Just skip it.
Number 7, Beyonce. Okay. 286 million.
Beyonce with her beehive. All the bee followers.
Mm-hmm. All the beehive. Mm-hmm. Number 7, Kim Kardashian with 336 million.
Okay. And that's probably not the last of the Kardashians.
No. Well.
The Jenners are probably in there too.
Number 6, Ariana Grande with 344 million.
There you go. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this. Ariana Grande going from Victorious and then moving into the music industry and what she went through. If you know me, you know I'm all about Mac Miller. I love Mac Miller.
Yes.
And then what happened?
They were together, bro. Oh my god.
Just her music. If you listen to her music I know she's very sexual in some of her songs and stuff like that, but her one song, One More Time, I could listen to that thing on repeat.
One More Time and her and Mac Miller. I love that song. Such a good song.
She's such a good artist.
They were such a good couple though.
Oh yeah, great.
And couple. I just hated how everything spanned out with them because they would still be together.
Yeah, and it just sucks because every Mac Miller fan out there blames her. That year she got blamed. I mean, she got divorced.
She got blamed pretty bad.
Blamed for Mac Miller, and then that terrorist act happened to her. I give her kudos. I'd put her as an artist in that generation, female going from a teen or a child actor into this. Okay, good for her. I put her up there with Macaulay Culkin to keep her head on straight. Love Macaulay.
She's up there. So. She's up there. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so number 5, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with 353 mil.
You're welcome. I love The Rock.
You're welcome.
The Rock. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I'm one of your followers. Definitely could see. Mm-hmm. If I'm not gonna lie, if The Rock even ran for president, I would go out there like we were for Barack Obama. We'd be out there
just like Barack. I would be out there. Mm-hmm.
I don't even know who you are. Here you go. When we were doing that stuff, the door to door for Barack, I didn't even know who that guy was. So it's in the pamphlet.
Hey, here, take this. He's gonna win.
This guy is cool.
This guy's good. He's good. He's a good guy.
That guy looks like he got his head on straight. So
Nacho, you already said this girl. Selena Gomez.
She's number 4.
364 mil.
So who jumped over her? I know there was a big thing when she either took number 1 or she lost number 1. So she's number 4. That's crazy.
She's number 4. Number 3, you said this too, is one of the Jenners. Kylie Jenner with 375 mil.
What are you people doing out there?
What are you guys doing?
No talent gives you money, and that's
nothing.
The Gonchi shouldn't go to those people. Come on.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Number 2, Mr. Messi, 391 mil.
Wow. Okay.
Mr. Messi.
At least some talent jumped over a Jenner. So.
Yep. Okay, everybody lock in your number one because it's in the same realm as Mr. Messi. Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo with 517 mil as number one for the most Instagram followers.
That's crazy. So I don't know if they've recently joined Instagram, but I mean, the soccer world is huge across the world because I could see that. Definitely, it's probably
crazy.
not as big here in America. I mean, we know the names and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure there's some big followers out there that do watch all that stuff. But me personally, I think Wayne Rooney from Manchester was a lot better.
Manchester.
Man U was way better, but I could definitely see that. That's worldwide.
Yep.
If you're not here in America, you probably don't look at these what do they call them, the models, the Jenners and stuff, and go, okay, we're gonna put them on a pedestal like America does. But good for talent to be number one.
Yeah, talent is number
Should have
one
been
and two.
I'm pretty sure Gomez was up there. That's crazy. She got knocked down all the way to 4.
Number 4. Number 4. So that is top 5 Quizzy of the week. So, Nacho, you ready for the topic of interest?
We're gonna get into it.
We're about to get into it.
We're going to get into it without stepping on toes. No, just a disclaimer. This is our opinion. This is our views.
Yes.
We want to hear your views. If it offends you, sucks for you, but I'm not going to apologize. We grew up getting our asses beat. We grew up in the yard, so nothing should offend it. TJ might say something. We just listen to each other, and if we don't agree, we accept it because everybody has an opinion, and you should listen and absorb and live and do your own thing. So
we all have opinions and assholes. They all take shit. So the first topic of interest is the Jeffrey Epstein names that are going to be released in 2024. I believe there's 180 names that are going to be released. Notch, whose names do you think are on that list?
Are we talking about whose names do I want to be on the list so they get exiled and no? Honestly, when it comes to that stuff, I'll tell you this. My most recent place that I lived was a military town. I didn't even know what was going on with this whole hot dog pizza scandal and the Epstein Island. And one day, my neighbor, I'm not going to drop any names, he sat me down. He was a little drunk and he told me what was going on. He's just like, this is so bad, and when they drop the names, like everybody's gonna riot and stuff like that. It scared the crap out of me.
Crazy.
It scared the crap out of me because this was during the 2016 election. It was around that time, so they were like, if this person becomes president, we're rioting and get ready. And they're like, hope you know how to shoot a gun. And I was like, well, I grew up military, so good luck. Like, I'm good. But when it comes to the names, I really hope that these people's names aren't on there. The names that I've seen that have been on there kind of freak me out because there's some idols or some big names that are in there, like Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks freaks me out. That Will Smith, Tom Hanks, Chris Tucker. How the heck?
I saw that.
That was a big one. I was like shocked. I was like, I don't know. At this point, I feel like if the list is true, they shouldn't block names out, because that's one thing that I did see. That the list was there, but they were going to block some names out. This is my opinion. If you have money and you're in that realm of, in that like A-lister type of thing, if Will Smith is on there and the Barack and the Obamas are in there, then you got to put the Trumps in there, and
you have to.
And the other, I'm not picking sides. If this person is up there, then we know this person's up there. So I don't think that they should bullshit it and cross out names or black out names. If they're going to release the list, release the whole list. And you guys putting the wrong people on. Sorry, you people, but there are people out there that put the wrong people on pedestals, and that's where I think as a society we realize where did all the like Malcolm X, but like Martin Luther Kings and those people that stood up for who we
equality,
because now it's like you got not at the whole presidential, we could get into it and all that stuff, but I don't think anybody's fit to be in office right now. in my opinion. Both sides. Who's running? And if one person's name, because they even said Biden's a part of that, if Biden's up there, then Trump is up there.
He has to be.
That's just my opinion.
And if he's not on the list, I'm going to be pissed, and it's going to be a very skewed list.
It is.
Very skewed.
And it's the whole conversation that we had about aliens. We're at the point that they're just dangling this in front of us that it's kind of getting annoying. If you're going to drop the list, drop the list. If not, then just stop it, because these actors and politicians are going to continue, and we're still going to allow them to do their thing until that list comes out. And it's just the election's coming up, so they're going to be like, oh, this is Biden's doing this, and his name's on this, and his family's name's on this, and all these Democrats' names are on this. And I'm like, how did the list only become Democrats? Like, it's where weird. Did all the You're telling me not one single Republicans on there is bullshit. And that's why I just wish it was fair. If it does release, I'm going to be sad, because I saw, Chris Tucker was a big one. Will Smith, I did see on there.
It was just crazy that Chris Tucker was rubbing elbows with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean,
and this is the thing.
Movie world.
Yeah. So, it could be different. Those people that I really wish would be able to express themselves, like the Corey Feldmans of the world, where they wanted to tell you what was going on in Hollywood, and we kind of just put them on the back burner and told them to shut up, is because politicians and celebrities rule the United States. And that's unfortunately a problem. When you have somebody it's crazy. You could have somebody on a plane throw a huge issue because of their pronouns, and we eliminate, or what is it called, cancel somebody out because of that.
Cancel out.
But Corey Feldman literally said, I was molested and raped, and I saw this, and we're like, you're on crack and coke, and you hung out with these people. Well, he hung out with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire and all these like higher up musicians. Yeah, they were doing drugs and stuff, but they saw this. Why aren't we listening to them? So
they should be.
We'll see. I think that Hollywood is literally Hollyweird.
Super Hollywood, bro.
Very
Super
Hollywood, and it sucks that happens. Like the whole Pizzagate and hot dog, or whatever it was called.
Whatever they or the what do they call with the children?
Yeah, Pizzagate and hot dog.
Yeah,
pizza for girls and hot dog for boys.
Which is
IKEA
weird.
naming kids after, or naming their stuff after kids, and celebrities dousing themselves with baby's blood or children's blood. And
for purity.
In all reality, these people, if their list gets dropped, if their names are on there and they were really there, they should come out and either say, hey, yes, I did go to that island. Yes, it was because I was an A-lister celebrity, or I was invited. No, I didn't partake in it. Or just be like, yo, it was an island out there. You have celebrities out there that have islands. Maybe they're just making it into a thing, unless there's actually some facts, or they have all this stuff that shows like, hey, this was going on. You're just dropping names at this point. And in all reality, we don't care at this point. Like, drop it and get rid of them, or just shut up about it. Like,
so the locals that actually live on the island that Jeffrey Epstein bought in 1995, he bought the island for $7.5 million. It sold this year for $60 million by some investor, and he's actually building hotels on it. And the locals actually called it Pedophile Island, because they knew what was going on. But would you stay there, Notch?
I would not. I don't have any. I mean,
hell no.
No, because there's other islands out there that I've enjoyed in my life, and
especially something with history like that.
No, and it just goes down as that's the other thing, is look back at history and how much of this stuff was going on before we're able to expose people like this.
Right.
Pedophile, or what would you call
pedophilia?
That? Yeah, it existed back during the founding fathers, and prior to that, before then, it wasn't even considered wrong until we created laws.
Right.
So you just got to think about. I saw this meme, and I had a picture, and it said, "Celebrating my grandparents' 60th anniversary," and it had their ages, and then it said, "When you realize that your grandma was actually 12 and your grandpa was 22 when they got married."
Jeez.
And I was like, yeah, because it happened. It did happen. Is it wrong? It's totally wrong, and it shouldn't be a thing, and they should be held accountable. But I think the truth should come out, not what everybody wants. And
Right.
that's just history. History books only allow you what they want you to see.
Yes, they do. What you
And
want
if
to
you
see and what you want to
and
hear.
if you love history, I'm going to drop a book, A People's History of the United States. Read that if you want to know about real history. It'll screw you up, but it's the truth. What you
Yep.
learned in high school and what you kind of learned in college,
It's all BS.
it's what they want you to hear.
Mm-hmm. It's all BS. All BS. And to segue on that, so remember when you and I were talking about Zuckerberg and Mr. Musk? I don't know if it's true with Musk, but I wouldn't doubt that he actually has one. The Doomsday bunkers.
Yeah, I just read again that it was in Hawaii that he's building. Zuckerberg, I don't know. He's super smart, in my opinion, pretty much dumb. Because why would you build a bunker in Hawaii, an active volcano chain on the Ring of Fire in the Middle Pacific? Yes, Middle Pacific, but if anything happened, if we're talking man-made or like they do drop the island and his name or hit the list and his name is on there, then he could hide and it is what it is. You could run and be a little bitch. But if it's like what they're talking about is something's going to happen in 2024 and for everybody to prepare.
So elaborate on that one, because I wasn't able to research that one.
It's just conspiracy. You get into those things where you hear Zuckerberg building his bunker in Hawaii, and then people down below go, "Oh, well, read this article. It's because in 2024 the election's going to happen, and if it goes this route, then it allows Russia to attack to build based off of if Trump doesn't get office because he's friends with Russia and Russia's conspiring with China and all this stuff." It's all just talk. And until something really happens, you can have that fear, but you also don't want to live in fear. And who knows what Zuckerberg's doing that for? Maybe he's just building a bunker because we never know. Maybe an asteroid hits in the ocean in the Atlantic and it takes out the whole East Coast. Like, he'll be in Hawaii. But if something happened from the Earth because of global warming and it shifts and stuff, like, he's screwed. I don't know why he did it in Hawaii. He should have did it in Canada where it's solid ground. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
New Zealand of the video what I sent you too.
We were watching a video about bunkers and celebrities building safe houses and safe bunkers and doomsday bunkers out in New Zealand. They have money, might as well do it. Like, if anything, that's why they have money for it. But it is crazy that more and more people are doing that, but more and more everyday people live in fear. And
every day,
if you do something wrong, like those celebrities, like Tom Hanks going to wherever he went, was it Switzerland, where he hid for a little bit about the list?
Yep.
If you do something wrong, you're always going to live in fear. If you're creating that for your future because of a natural disaster, then by all means, like, if I had money, I would build a bunker under my double basketball court, because if anything happened, I would want a place to stay, but I'm not hiding from anything to live in fear. So we'll see what happens. Bunkers are definitely something crazy that's going on in the 1%. If you haven't read about it, there's some crazy stuff. We could definitely put it on one of the social medias if you want to watch about that bunker thing in New Zealand. Gives money to New Zealanders. I love New Zealand. I would love to visit it. I love the people. I love the Kiwis out there. The people are called Kiwis.
I love Flight of the Conchords. Shout out to Jermaine and Brent.
But we'll see. I mean, it's bringing money out there, so good for them as long as they don't destroy New Zealand. Maybe the 1% go out there and do their thing, and maybe it'll take the politicians out there and they can start a new world out there and leave it to us.
Whatever. And that's a great segue for TV movie recommendations. Leave the World Behind. Nacho and I have been talking about this goddamn movie, and it's a very big topic. And that movie depicts and it zeroes in on everything what we're talking about, with just cyber attacks, people building doomsday bunkers, being very being a conspiracy theorist. And by all means, this podcast is not being conspiracy theorists. We're not conspiracy theorists, but we love that stuff because it gives a very 360 dynamic of stuff like that, because we enjoy it. There's some truth and there's some fiction to it, but to just to be prepared for stuff like that it is good to be on that side to see what you need to be prepared for and how you're going to react if shit were to hit the fan.
Yeah, it's how prepared are you and how knowledgeable you are, and if you don't have technology and a phone in your hand, and good luck. But that movie was great. It did hit some really cool points. I thought it was funny that Tesla was brought up in that whole scene, and then like a couple days later, Tesla recalled a whole bunch of cars.
And 2 million
They were like, "Wait a
cars.
minute, they know our secret. They have to fix
They
the
know.
chip. They know." Great, crazy movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely. Hopefully, there's no spoilers in this, but it definitely hits on like biological warfare, even the whole sound thing when that noise was going on. I personally,
that was crazy.
to heal myself, I'll listen to like chimes and chants and Tibetan drums, which make different hurt sounds, different frequencies to heal your body. So I was thinking about that after I watched that, and I was like, man, if there's sounds that could heal your body, there's definitely sounds that could hurt your body. So that was really, really crazy to see that in a movie. If I could recommend it though, after when you see the movie is about like 5 minutes to the end, just fall asleep and let your imagination run wild, because that was probably one of the worst endings that I've ever. I was so on edge, and then it ended, and I was just staring at my TV, and I was like, "What just happened? Was that the end?"
When I watched that movie, I was so intrigued. I was on my seat the entire movie, and the ending happened. I was like, "What the fuck?
No.
This is stupid.
Yeah,
this is stupid. I need more intel in this movie because I need to see what happened."
Great. It was a great movie. Great movie.
It was great. It was great.
They may have kept it open for a second one. Who knows?
But a lot of people hated it, which is weird.
Well, there was reasons to hate. There's a lot of hatred in the world, and about 50% of the people hated it because of the producers or the people that backed it up, the Obamas.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people from one side that said, "Oh, I'm not going to see this because of the Obamas." Then don't see it. I don't need to hear your opinion.
Don't watch it.
It's a movie. Go see it. If you want to, they were like, "Did you see the NASA shirt? That means something." I have a NASA shirt.
I do too, and I have a NASA hat and a hoodie.
I love NASA. Like,
I fucking love space. What are you talking about?
Like, if you want to break it down and go in that depth, and you're going to hate a movie, then by all means, do you. But it was a great movie. That was a great movie. I'm going to bring up a movie that I just watched last night, and I thought it was great, was Oppenheimer.
I haven't watched that yet. How was that?
Great movie. Very long movie. The cast was amazing. I was freaking out when I mean, just to get two names that dropped in there. Josh Peck was in it. I freaked out when I saw him because I'm a huge 90s, 2000s Nickelodeon person. So I saw Josh Peck. Great that he's back into acting. And then Josh Hartnett, I think that's his name.
Yes.
From 40
Hartnett,
Days and 40 Nights.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
And Black Hawk Down.
That dude looks so different. And it took me forever to figure out who he was. And I realized who it was. And I was like, man, we are getting old. This is crazy. That
he was also in the new Black Mirror with the guy that plays Jesse Pinkman from from Breaking Bad. That was a great episode of Black Mirror.
It looks totally different in Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah.
But me personally, I love history. I love seeing what happened. It's a completely different. It shows the creation, a lot of physics built into it. They talk a lot of physics. I love the Big Bang Theory, so to hear all that stuff, to see Einstein and talk about different physicists that were in the world at the time, it was really cool. And then the backstory of like Oppenheimer and the trial, like it's
atom bomb.
Yeah, it's crazy that he created this, and then they were like, "Oh, thank you for doing this, but now you're a conspiracy. You were conspiring against the United States. You're a part of Russia. You're a spy. We're going to put you to trial." And I was like, "Bro, thank you for helping us. Now we're going to screw you." So great movie. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I know it's not really out on platforms right now. I had to see it on a site that, if you want, just message me and I'll tell you where you can see movies without getting in trouble.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, but definitely a movie worth watching. It was 3 hours, which was pretty crazy. So
yeah, pretty crazy. Okay, so TV series, anime. Nacho and I have been watching a ton of anime. We talked about Blue-Eyed Demon or the Blue-Eyed Samurai, which is fucking dope. The battle scenes are crazy. The character development is crazy. Like the visuals. Like I know a lot of people when they watch anime, they don't like to watch Japanese to English subtitles, but This one is more American when it comes to the subtitles, but the story holds up. The time holds up. The animation holds up. It's such a good show
I
to
think
watch.
it's a masterpiece. Whoever
It's
created the
so
anime,
good.
the drawings, if it's computer animated or hand drawing or mixed, just absolutely stunning.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was more, and then the history behind it. Again,
Oh yeah,
TJ,
feudalism.
he's in the middle of it. I finished it right then, but the history behind everything was just on point, and they brought a lot of Asian American actors and actresses to do this. So yeah, it's not
Brenda
from
Song.
across the ocean, but it got praise and high hopes, and it's an amazing. I'm ready for the second season. They already got signed up for a second season, but definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. I think it's only 8 episodes, but it is an hour long each episode. But just the history and the story and the main the main character is just like out of all animes, probably one of my top anime
It's
characters
pretty
up there.
good. It's
Like
pretty
I'm
good.
really big on Avatar, The Last Airbender, and I consider it anime. I'm one of those weird people, but like Blue Eye Samurai was pretty up there, right next to Gon and from Hunter X Hunter. So
Hunter X. And then another anime that I like, I told Notch a couple times, Japanese Tales of the Macabre. I love horror movies, and I feel that Japanese culture hits the nail on the head when it comes to horror stuff. Japanese Tales of the Macabre is so good. Just watch episode 2 and below, because if you watch the first one, you may get a little annoyed because it's slow and weird. But if you go from episode 2 and below, oh bro, it is crazy. It makes you think of different stuff, and it might be another thing that's going to traumatize you. Just just the way the stories that they tell and different cultures that actually intertwine with what they're doing with telling the stories. It is a crazy show, and that show's dope. And Baki's crazy. If you like fight scenes, watch Baki. There's a lot of cussing in it, but the fight scenes are wild. Oh, they're so wild. Baki, Baki,
Baki. I can't even say it.
Baki, Baki. It's that show's crazy. That show is nuts. And I still need to watch Hunter X Notch. I haven't started that because I'm trying to finish up Blue Eye Samurai, and then I'm going to go over to finishing up Hunter X. And I still need to watch One Piece. I think I'm on episode 4 of One Piece, the live action, which is pretty cool because I know One Piece has tons of episodes, like over 100
Yeah,
episodes,
that's the
and
same thing with X.
I'm not with it.
Hunter X is pretty long too, but the episodes are short. I think I'm on like episode 100 and something. I don't even know, but it definitely keeps you. I'm not really big on anime. I never have been. Like Pokemon was my extent when I was growing up, and I know everybody had like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
Hunter X is up there. One Piece and Netflix did sign that agreement, so they've got it all on Netflix. So if you have Netflix and you have a whole weekend to splurge, go nuts with it and tell us how it is,
yep.
because I'm almost done with. I am done with Blue Eyed, and I'm almost done with Hunter X, and then I'll. No, I do need to catch up on that 100. What was it called?
Oh, 100 Days Zombies or something
Yeah,
like that. Yes.
yeah, the bucket list. 100 things to do in the zombie apocalypse bucket list.
Yep.
Great
That's a
show.
good
I
one.
thought it was amazing. So we'll have
That's a
to
good
catch up
one.
on that. And the last thing
Yep.
is music. T, any new music?
So I've been listening to. So I just recently downloaded Eddie Hazel. Eddie Hazel was the guitarist from Funkadelic,
Nice.
and he did like Maggot Brain and stuff like that. So 1970s guitarist. They said he's like, if not better than Jimi Hendrix. The album that I have is called Game, Dames, and Guitar Things. It's so dope, and it sounds like Childish Gambino's Awaken My Love album. Sick. It's a dope ass album, super vibes, instrumental, super 70s, like futuristic guitars, and just 70s funk. Dope as hell. Love that album. That's a good album that I want you guys. Game, Dames, and Guitar Things by Eddie Hazel.
Nice.
What you got, Notch?
I haven't been listening to a lot of new albums or nothing that's really came out new, but I did see that and I'm going to go off topic. We did talk about musicals and stuff like that, but I grew up with Prince of Egypt, the animation. And the Prince of Egypt is actually on Broadway now. And they
Really?
have their soundtrack out there, and I was jamming out to that. And just to the nostalgics, going back into that, the songwriting from Prince of Egypt, the lyrics and everything, just amazing. So I haven't been really. I mean, I was listening to Igor from Tyler the Creator yesterday, which is a great album.
So dope.
Great
Such a
album.
good album.
But just
Such a good
something
album.
out of the ordinary was just the soundtrack. Broadway. It's a musical. The voices, the actors that did that were really good. They didn't hit the Mariah Carey and the Whitney Houston with the I Believe, but still, it was really good to catch back up on that. So,
That's good. Yep, those are the recommendations. You got anything else for the listeners out there?
we actually went pretty long. It looks like we're almost an hour and
Almost
20.
75. Yep,
Yeah, an hour and
75
15
minutes
minutes.
here.
Pretty crazy, but we haven't been on air in a while. We haven't talked on the podcast in a while. We talk almost every day. We're just like, we need to record. We need to record.
We need to record.
One thing I did want to bring up is just please look out on social media, because we're also going to be dropping some reels or shorts or whatever they call it these days. These kids, we're going to try to we're going to bring you some knowledge and some inspiration on the daily. Keep a lookout for that. I personally do photography, so I'll probably be dropping some pictures on my Instagram site, and I'll name drop that soon. You'll see that on our Instagram site and Facebook and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yep. And then I'll be dropping some, little inspirational things. I know some of you guys that have listened to the sleep stories that I've done, a couple of those. So yeah, we're definitely going to drop some information, things to link to the podcast here, the Random Cool Show, like something that you can, vibe to, and something that you guys can look forward to.
It's called Dream Lounge, right?
Yep, the Dream Lounge.
The Dream Lounge. Check it out. Like,
yep.
If you need something to go to sleep to, TJ's got that voice. The first time I heard it, I was like, this is really cool that you're going to do that and stuff, because I love like hypnotherapy and listening to the frequencies and stuff like that. And T kind of put his own mixture into stuff that he's created out of his mind. It's not somebody else's ideas or stories or anything that's straight from his dome. Really cool stuff that you can listen to. There was one that I really liked. It was like the Prince of Dreams. The Prince of Dreams. That one was
Prince
really,
of Dreams.
Really cool.
That one's dope because it just gives dynamic. Like, yeah, it's so good. So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep listening to it.
Yep, I do. See, I listen to them every night. I'm like, damn, these are kind of like. I wish they were a little bit longer, but it's to the point because I'm trying to figure out the time that it makes a person go to sleep instead of making something so long where you have to keep listening, but it's something that just gives you enough relaxation so that way you're comfortable and you can just go to sleep. You don't need TV to bring into it. You just need the story and just chill.
Perfect. Well, T, I think that's gonna do it. I think this was a good little December 31st podcast that you guys will probably hear in the new year. If you guys don't hear it, Happy New Year. May 2024 bring much Gonchi Fai Shao, which is much money to you guys and much happiness and wealth, and stay healthy. Just in our future podcasts, we're going to definitely talk about health and wellness and stuff like that. Start it off with a bang and keep it up if that's your New Year's resolution. 2024, stay healthy and hydrated.
Yes.
Remember, Avatar, the new Last Airbender comes out in 3 months, so we got to make it to then.
And Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out in 2025. So.
No wars, no catastrophes until I see Avatar. Maybe play some Grand Theft Auto, and then my grandkids can play Grand Theft Auto 7 when it comes out in 2050, 60. 70.
Yeah, 2020, 30. Please stay healthy.
Right.
But that's it for us on Random Cool. Stay tuned for the next one, y'all. Peace.
See you later.